People out there that eat rubber ducks, I apologize. I'm not understanding why. Let's type in another search tool, which is obviously the best way to get started. I'm looking around here. I still got my good old rubber duck. Let's go back into the rubber duck niche. As you'll recall, if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that the good old rubber duck qualified as a dud of a product. So rubber duck, dud, doo-doo, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. So I've already analyzed these other sections. So today what I'm going to take a look at here is the filtered view for the rubber duck, which is going to show us any outliers in the actual field. So this guy here makes way too little to be in this actual niche. It kind of stands out because it somehow doesn't make as much as the rest of the average. Although this one also stands out there. But I think part of the problem with this one is it comes out in kitchen and dining, which is probably a really stupid category to put your rubber duck in. I know people that eat ducks, but I certainly don't know anybody that eats rubber ducks. So if there's people out there that eat rubber ducks, I apologize. I'm not understanding why. And there is also this duck from Munchkin that makes a heck of a lot more than all the rest of the averages. So that is definitely an outlier there as well. All right, so let's now take a look at the competitive view, which is going to show us some pictures. And look at these cute little ducks. You can see that this guy decided to put a pile of little ducks together there, and he's in the #1 position. Where this guy, geez, this guy needs to really work on his pictures. That duck looks like he is in the shade, and that does not, a happy duck is usually a duck with some sun shining on him. So you get to see a lot of different pictures here. You also get to see the brand name, the price, the monthly sales. It's just a different sort of breakdown than what you saw earlier. So it gives you some more insight as to how you'd want to do your photos and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump up here and now take a look at the detailed stats, which are really one of my favorite parts of this whole tool. And what they kind of show us here is what we are to expect if we have a product that is either on page 1 in the top 10 or in the top 5. So let's go through each of those statistics here and tell us what they can teach us about being in the top page of Amazon. So if you're on page 1, you can expect your average sales to be about 347 units a month. The average selling price is $10.94, and your average revenue for all that would be $3,800. Now remember, this doesn't take into consideration, I don't think it takes into consideration cost of goods sold. Let's go ahead and look back at the top sellers and see what it tells us. I've never actually thought about that. But let's have a quick look here. Standard view is where we needed to go. So this one here, price unit margin 447, and it makes 10,370. So I don't believe that's with cost of goods sold. I could be wrong. Maybe it is. But the key that I would pay attention to here is the average sales. So once you know from your supplier what your cost per unit is, you can figure that out on your own without listening to what they have here. I will try and clarify that for you guys in a future video. The average review count, if you want to sell well in any of these positions, is right here. Page 1 is 133, top 10 is 198, and top 5 is 240. That means if you want to sell well and sell at these numbers, it would be advised that you're somewhere in that area. The average review rating is 4.0, 3.87, and 3.86. So really shows a lot of people are not too happy with the quality of their ducks. I mean, how hard could a duck be to fudge up, right? Estimated monthly sales, again, if you're in any of these positions, here are the numbers. Giveaways needed daily to rank. What this basically means is either you got to sell that many per day or you've got to give that many away to get one of those top spots. As you can see, this is not a bad market to do that. Reviews needed to sell well. Even to be on page 1, you should have at least 70 reviews just to sell well enough the way that they're showing here. And now where that becomes really important is that you can make that your initial goal when you start selling ducks. You would shoot for 70 reviews. And I think that's pretty realistic to do. 70 reviews shouldn't be too tough to get in this actual niche. However, I don't know if I would do it either based on these numbers. And as you remember before, we talked about two different strategies, the beginner and the advanced. Viral Launch looks for the home run hit. This, though, isn't even really a base hit. So I would even take it with the beginner's approach. Even with an advanced approach, obviously it's clearly off the table. But with the beginner approach, I would toss the duck off to the side. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know below. And let me know what else you would like to find out. If you haven't already, jump on our list where I will answer your email personally and make sure that I try and help you make more money. So I will see you guys in a future video.